What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Blades with Bill. This video should be coming out on Christmas Day. I know it's Christmas Day. Spend time with your family. That's why I'm just going to release it later on in the day and watch it whenever you can. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Had a safe and Merry Christmas. So as you saw in the thumbnail, today's video, I'm going to tell you my 5 favorite knives in my collection as of right now. Now, they're in no certain order except for one. The one knife that I have sitting here that if I had to get rid of every other knife that I owned, the one knife that I would keep, that'll be the number one knife. The other 4 I'm not ranking. And we'll go on ahead and starting with, technically there'll be 6 knives in this video because the honorable mention is going to go to the Spyderco Yojimbo. I am massively impressed with how good this knife feels in my hand, how well it cuts. This thing is slicey as can be. I had no problem with the crew wear. I know I've had a couple of different people say something about the fact that careful with the tip because they've broke them off. I'm not sure if they're talking about the crew wear version or the S30 version, but I've had no problem with this. But I'm not being crazy and stabbing this into a tree and just wiggling it back and forth and crap. Have I stabbed this into a tree to take a picture? Pretty sure, yeah. But that's where you just stab it in just enough to hold it, pull it back out. You don't get crazy with it. As far as slicing goes, like I said in the video for this, cutting cardboard, no problem. Still massively impressed with the edge retention of the crew wear. The ProTech SBR. This is the smallest knife of the 5 knives, and yet it is one of those that you really have no problem carrying this as your main knife for a day. It's very, very comfortable to carry, very comfortable to use. My bigger hands, I still get just barely because of the way the blade or the handle's shaped. My pinky's got just enough to grab a hold of that I'm completely happy with using this knife. And it is a ProTech. This thing kicks like a mule. And this is the Blade XQ exclusive with the S45VN. And I've had no problem with that. As far as the blade steel goes, the edge retention, the ZT0308, or as I like to call it, the Gibbs knife. The rule number 9, always carry a knife. This thing is a tank. I love how big and overbuilt this thing is. I literally feel like I could do pretty much whatever I wanted with this. Luckily, I didn't stab myself with that one. It's very big, very strong knife. It is rather heavy for a knife, but it is a almost 4-inch blade of 20 CV and then titanium handles. This is another one of those that it's real close to I could never get rid of this knife just because I was a fan of NCIS, and this thing is, like I said, it's the Gibbs knife. My Spyderco Native 5. This is the exclusive in Rex 45. I was impressed with how comfortable this knife is to carry, to use, but the Rex 45 is part of why this one's on the list. It takes an edge very, very well, holds an edge very, very well. At times, I literally thought when I was using it that it was starting to have issues and starting to have a little roll here or there. And then the next thing I know, the next cut was better than the one before. And I'm like, are you somehow magically sharpening yourself as I slice stuff? I really don't know. Obviously, it doesn't make sense that would happen. But Rex 45 is a great steel. Sadly, there's not a lot of companies that use it. From what I've seen, there's only really a handful of companies that have ever made a knife out of Rex 45. This is one that, if it's done well, we should see more of this. This is awesome stuff. The Guardian Tactical Recon 35. This is, I don't have a whole lot of OTFs. I really only have a handful, 4, something like that. This one is definitely my favorite, and it's not because it's so much better quality than the others. It's because of the blade. This is an Elmax blade. Elmax takes a edge very, very well and holds an edge very, very well. Now, it's not easy to sharpen Elmax, but that's because it's a very tough steel. But once you've got it sharpened, it's beautiful. It's my reason why I love this knife particularly is the Elmax. I would love to get a few more knives in Elmax to actually try out more, but this one, if you want something in Elmax just to try it out, I recommend Guardian Tactical Recon 35 or any of the Recon line. And my absolute favorite knife, the one that if I had to get rid of everything else, the Chavez Redención 229. This thing's a beast. This is the Blade XQ exclusive with the jade G10 handle on one side and black coated titanium on the other for the frame lock. This one, it's M390. It's nothing super special in steel. It is done very well for M390 for what I have experienced in the way of M390 at least. It's the best M390 I have. But this thing is more about just the fact that it just feels so damn cool to carry, to use. I carry it around feeling like I'm a pirate. I love the pocket clip on this. Gotta love the little skull. And he does it with all of his stuff. It's so smooth. I absolutely love this knife. This is my, if I had to get rid of every other knife that I owned, this is the one that would definitely stay around. So if you haven't checked out any of the Chavez knives, recommend them. They are made by Reate. The production models, anyway, are made by Reate, so they are very, very good quality knives. Reate is one of, if not the top Chinese manufacturer for knives. There's not really a whole lot of anybody making them better than Reate does. So the quality of this knife, the fit, the finish, everything about this knife is great. It really, really is. I know some people won't, oh, well, it's made in China. Yeah. Guess what? There's a lot of crap made in China these days. This is not crap. This is a phenomenally made knife. So if you enjoyed the video, again, hit the thumbs up for me. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like. You can follow me on Instagram at Blades with Bill. I'm on Reddit as Blades with Bill. I'm on Facebook as Blades with Bill. And I have my own Facebook page, which is Blades with Bill. So feel free to follow all my socials. Hope again, like I said earlier, that you had a great holiday. Stay safe. Peace.